Today on Larry King Now, it's Garth Brooks. Great cover, too.
Thank you. That's what airbrushing will do for you. What other field other than music, particularly country music, could you get away with saying, hey, look, I'm having children and I want to just be with them for 14 years. And they say, we'll be here when you get back.
Plus,
I don't know if you know this or not, but I don't have these talks with everybody. You're one of the rare ones.
that's all ahead on Larry King Now. Welcome to Larry King Now. We're over at CBS Studios in the Valley in California. Our special guest is Garth Brooks. He is the biggest selling country artist in history, and he has a new, get this, 8-disc box set out called Blame It On My Roots. It's being released as a Walmart exclusive. You've called this the soundtrack of your life. Explain that.
It's all the music I grew up on. Being the last of 6 kids, Mom and Dad started the family early, so there was never really a generation gap. So music just poured into our house from probably 3 decades before me and 2 decades after me. So there's easily 5 decades of influence in there.
So it's not just your sound.
No. This is the music I grew up on and how it translated and morphed into the music that hopefully people know as Garth music. A guy like the Vegas show.
Yeah, which is great. So you do you do James Taylor stuff? And
Yeah, we do. We cover everybody that, for me, that influenced our house. Simon and Garfunkel was all over our house as a kid. We were just behind the Beatles and the Stones, so we got a lot of the folk stuff. We got a lot of Townes Van Zandt, Tom Rush, Rita Coolidge.
how long to put this together?
Forever. That's been a work of labor for quite some time. So about a little over a year and a half to put that together.
Why Walmart?
Because I got to tell you, if you're going to deliver product today and you're going to deliver something this size, you want it at a price people can afford. And Walmart buys in quantities so large that you can go back to your publishers, manufacturers, and everything, and they can take reduced rates to make this thing work. They'll still make more money than they ever could have at a full rate on a smaller order. And that's Walmart's secret. It's always been their secret, is to make sure. I love them because they squeeze everything down. And then they don't hang on to it. They pass that on to the customer. Because I know every penny of this thing, and for them to be selling it at $24.96 or whatever it is.
That's what they're selling this for?
Yeah.
An 8-disc set?
An 8-disc set. It's the perfect gift and the perfect price for this holiday season. I just love it because there's something in there for everybody.
But when you do that, you're limiting it to one place, right?
Yeah.
So I can't go get it somewhere else.
No, Walmart said, physical, there's not a digital outlet for it. So Walmart's going to be the only place. And you know what, I'm fine with that because still, I'm a physical guy still at this point.
Your mother sang, right?
Yes.
That influenced you a great deal.
Very much so. Well, you remember, I'm the last of 6 kids and a sister that was 10 times more talented than anybody else. She played guitar. She played bass for us for years.
Now, you just did a special Thanksgiving. We're taping this right before, but you did it live Thanksgiving.
Right.
From the Wynn. How many years did you do the Wynn?
We did the Wynn of 4 years. It was a great run there.
Going to go back?
Yeah. For one, I love my relationship with Steve Wynn. I think he's a good man. I want to keep that
Great
whether
guy.
Music or not. But he's also allowed me to have one of the greatest sounding rooms I've ever been in, if not the best sounding room I've ever been in, as kind of like my playground to do whatever I want. So I'm going to take him up on it.
So you sent an email to your fans in October. You said, the sevens have aligned. It has begun. Thank you for believing, Love G. Now, what, the sevens, you mean the stars? What?
I'm
the Big Dipper, the what?
I'm a big fan of the number 7. And I kind of follow, I'm a firm believer that God exists. I am a child of God and feel very blessed to do so. With that, I also believe in karma. And for me, when sevens line up, things go well. And we had just surpassed our 77,777th person that had signed up for G.com, and I thought that was a good time to start launching the future for us.
What's going to be? You're going back to the Wynn?
Uh-huh.
Going to tour again?
Well, we'll see about that. To make that announcement and stuff is going to take a lot more thought than we've put into it so far, because it takes a lot more voices than just mine. I need to talk to my children, even though they are grown, getting out of the house, still taking on a tour is a lot. I need to talk to the most important person, is the boss, the wife, and see if that's how she wants to spend her
She'll
time.
tour with you, though.
Oh, I couldn't
You won't
imagine.
go without her.
No,
right?
no. She's what makes life, and that's wherever she's at, I'm good. So
it sounds like you're going to tour.
well, we'll see. I just haven't told anybody yet. So
when do you go back to the Win?
the Win, I think we're going in January. I'm not even sure we've announced that yet, to tell you the truth.
Well, we'll announce it here.
Okay, very
January.
good.
What are you going to do? 2 a month? Go 2 weeks?
No, we're just going to go to the Win for the New Year's Eve thing, and we're going to take the band for the first time ever back there.
Oh, really? You're not on stage alone?
No, the one-man show ended when we did the live show on CBS. So the band now is going to come and probably do the same thing. Just take requests and talk and let them
then,
just
so
do a
how
band
often
thing.
do you do it? You do it like every 3 weeks? You come in for a Friday and Saturday?
For Win, that gig's over for me. So now when I play it, it's just whenever. The only date we have on the books with Win is New Year's this next year, and that's it.
But you'll do other things?
Yeah, well, he's offered it. I'm going to take him up on it.
With the band?
Yeah.
Why that decision?
I love being with a band, and I love taking the band into a room that intimate. Usually take a band into a hockey arena, football stadium, something like that.
How big is the band?
There's 6 pieces, 7 pieces.
Now, you got a daughter graduating high school, right?
Our last one.
Last one out.
Our baby.
So this gives you room now to...
Yeah, now, you know, if and when she does graduate, good Lord willing, then me and Miss Yearwood have to choose for how we want to spend the rest of our lives.
If you do tour again, big arenas?
Well, yeah,
I mean,
I just want to do what I did. I got to tell you.
Madison Square, Staples?
Yeah, let's talk about the Arco Arena in Sacramento.
Yeah, nice
Rupp
arena.
Arena in Lexington, Target Center, St. Paul, Minneapolis. These are the places.
Sounds like you got it aligned already.
Well, these are places.
Sounds like the 7 stars are in order.
When you go to these places, you're guaranteed a good time, because that's the people are going to come, and they are going to come, and they're going to sing, and it's going to be the greatest time of your life on stage. It's guaranteed. And
Does it matter to you, bigger or smaller?
No, doesn't matter at all, because the Win is small. But these
What
people,
is it, 2,000 at the Win?
It's 1,500. But these people will sing like Dublin, Croke Park, you know, where you can put 80,000 in there. These people will sing just like them, man. Loud as they can, top of their lungs.
You love that.
Oh, it's the best.
This box set is sale now, right?
Yes, sir.
We'll be right back with the amazing Garth Brooks. Don't go away. We're back with Garth Brooks, the new 8-disc set, Blame It All on My Roots, 5 decades of influences, is available at Walmart. I guess you go online to Walmart, too, and order it, right? And it's on sale right now, right through what a great gift.
Thank you. Thank God. I'm very proud of this.
Great cover, too.
Thank you. That's what airbrushing will do for you. I'll take
By the way,
time I get it.
We've been together so many times. Have you ever worn slacks? You know what slacks are? You know, thing with the crease and
the things you wear at funerals. Yes,
You have?
Yes.
Do you remember the last time you wore?
Yeah, unfortunately, you know, you wear suits to funerals and weddings and stuff. So yeah, I remember.
Okay. All right, I want to get this right. According to the Record Industry Association, the Beatles have sold 177 million, Elvis 134.5, and you stand at 128, the 3rd biggest album-selling artist of all time.
That's very sweet.
Now, if this keeps going and you're only 52, you're going to pass Elvis. Obviously, you're going to pass him. You're only 6 million behind.
You know,
What does that say to you?
There's 2 words. There's quantity and there's quality. If you focus on quality, quantity's going to take care of itself. Because the other 2 names you mentioned, quality, you think, you know. So if you just focus on quality, then you might be confused with the greats.
Well, as Sinatra told me once, there's a lot to be said for longevity. If you've been around a while, somebody likes you.
Yeah, we're lucky. We're very lucky, and you know, you want to talk about longevity. Let's talk about sports. Let's talk about Hollywood. Anything you want. What other field other than music, particularly country music, could you get away with saying, "Hey, look, I'm having children, and I want to just be with them for 14 years," and they say, "We'll be here when you get back." That's
Why
pretty
is
damn
that?
cool.
Why is that uniquely country?
I don't
Do
know
you
if
think?
I don't know if it is uniquely country, but I can
Do you
tell
know
you
any
that
other field of music that you got to say goodbye?
it might happen on a few names with a few fans, but on country music, it's the whole format. They've been so sweet to just say, "Oh, your kids? You betcha," and let us know when you get back.
We were together when you left.
Yeah.
Was it hard to leave? I know you loved the family, but wasn't it hard not to do what you love to do?
Oh, okay. I'm going to tell you this, but it's just got to be between you and me, okay?
Okay.
All right. You did it scared to death. You stepped away and you thought, okay, I'm saying all the right things, doing this for my kids, this is it. And then when you left, you thought, holy shit, what happens if these people don't come back? What happens if these people move on? And you're going, is it worth the trade? Every day as a dad just made it more right.
Nothing beats fatherhood.
No, it's like,
But there had to be days when you said, I'd like to sing somewhere tonight.
I'd like to, but the truth is, if I never get to play again and I got to be a dad, I won, hands down. And as much as I love music, you know it's the love of my life, it can't compare to being a dad. So in 2009 comes this call from Steve Wynn, who changed my life forever without changing anything in my life.
Because he made it easy.
He sure did. He came to me, and the first thing out of his mouth is he said, "This deal's easy." And I said, "Oh, really?" He goes, "Yeah, because it's not about money." And when he said that, man, he goes, "Wow, you've got my attention full." He goes, "It's about not disturbing your life at home." So this guy's smart.
Do you think a young artist today coming along could have this longevity? Is the business changed enough, the record business? We've talked a lot about the record business. You think someone could be, a young guy could have a Garth Brooks career?
Yeah, I mean, you know, the three names you mentioned, pretty far apart from each other in decades, you know.
Yeah.
So I think it can always happen. I think as long as you're sincere, then I think the people will be wherever you're at, as long
Let's
as you
get
stay
another
sincere.
statistic. Record music sales in 2001, the record music sales was 13.7 billion. Last year, 7.1 billion. That is a 48% drop. Where's it going?
Truthfully, I mean, you really want to go here?
Yeah, what do you think?
Sheesh. Well, if you want to hear something today, go to YouTube. You don't have to pay for anything. Well, you don't have to pay. Well, nobody gets the songwriters that create this piece you're listening to get nothing. You know, and they can talk about all day the deals that they're doing and stuff, but the songwriters are getting the short end of the stick. I know you're not asking for this long answer, but in life, they taught me there's 4 levels in life: God, your wife, your children, and whatever it is you do for a living. Most of my life, I've had that kind of upside down, right? Well, in music, I'm going to give it to you. The right way to do it: songwriter is first, artist, record label, and the technology that plays that music. Right now, if you look at it, dude, technology is running everything, which all they care about is selling their widgets or selling their space. The record labels who own all the copyrights are having to do whatever they say to get it done, which puts the artist third. And when you put the songwriter on the bottom, then music's naturally going to suffer.
And now there's more singles, not albums, right?
That's a scary field.
This is defying the trend.
Yeah, well, the thing is, let's talk about the album versus single. The thing with singles is singles are always safe. Every now and then, once in a blue moon, you will get a single that isn't safe. But as an album, you can put out a safe single, but on that album are going to be some unsafe songs that really reach people. And those people are going to cry for those to be singles. So now we have something unsafe on there that's making us all think about loving one another or how we're treating one another. And it's not safe. That's when music does its greatest work. So an all singles market, to me, just sounds like you're going to hear pretty much the same thing over and over again. So I would caution the whole music industry to not give up on the album concept just yet.
More with the great Garth Brooks right after this. We're back with Garth Brooks, his Thanksgiving special. He did that live from the Wynn. He'll be at the Wynn in January. You learned it right here. He didn't want to say it, but he said it. You'll be there.
I'll be there, sure.
And he'll probably be there more times throughout 1914 to 2014. I learned things from Garth. And you could trust me, he's going to tour. In fact, we already know some of the sites. He's going to be in Sacramento, that's definite, at the Arco. The Country Music Awards just gave the Pinnacle Award to Taylor Swift. I think you're the only other one who's gotten it, right?
Yes, sir.
What do you think of her?
Love her. She's sharp, she's smart, very talented, and she's doing her thing. You know, the whole question with Taylor, of course, is country, not country.
And where is country now?
Well, did you, I don't know if you caught her acceptance speech on the AMAs, but this little girl's brilliant.
Yeah, she is.
And from the acceptance speech, she thanks country radio, but she also thanks Hot AC and all these other ones, because not thinking about format allows her to write whatever she feels. That was a beautiful statement. Beautiful statement. Works for her. Me, I'm under the flag of country music. Very proud to be under the flag of country music, and I'll stay there. But I like that answer from her. That answered a lot of stuff.
Politically, when we think conservative, we think right-wing Republican. You came out for gay rights. Are you against the trend? Is country still conservative?
Oh, no. Country is real life. Country is the news at 6 o'clock put to music. I mean, that's it. But you know what? Let's talk about Republican. Let's talk about Democrat. It's far left or far right. I think 99% of us live in the middle somewhere. I really do. So I'm.
You're socially liberal.
I'm not gonna label country music as a closed-minded format at all. I think it speaks well of the times. And even when it was blamed as a closed format in the '60s, Haggard, Jones, these guys were singing about real modern-day stuff. Loretta Lynn comes out with A Pill. You know, these songs that address all this stuff. Oh my God, I'm trying to think.
Could there be a gay country artist?
Sure, there could be. Sure, and there probably are. You know, the thing is, man, with just people is, I think we're all scared to just be ourselves. And what I love about my daughter's generation right now, they love each other just for them, you know. You're seeing the bullying, stuff like that. I don't know if we'll ever outgrow that, but you're seeing a lot more tolerance in a lot of things, like children with special needs. They're not anymore put on a shelf in a different place in the high school. They're right there among the kids. And they're doing wonderful things with these kids during sporting athletics and all these events. So they're showing a lot more love to their generation, I think, than any generation past has.
How do you like being a grandfather?
Scared to death. I was scared to death for the kids. Way too young to have children, you know. And the second they put that baby in my hands...
What do you have?
I got a girl.
You only have
girls, that's it. The dogs are girls.
How old is she now?
She's, well, I wouldn't keep up with that. She's 4 months, 17 days. What do you say, it's Monday, 4 months, 19 days. And yeah, she's a doll.
You know, grandparenting is a lot different than parenting.
That's what I've heard.
Because you get to go home.
I've told my daughter, I said, look, if you just give me a week with her, that'll give me a head start. You'll never find us. I'd take this little girl in a heartbeat. She's a doll.
Your daughters were raised by a stepmother, right?
And their mom, yes, all three of us, yes.
Step-parenting is very hard because you really you have no legal power. How did that work out?
Well, the first thing I did was I went to all three of my daughters and set them down. They were very young at the time, and asked their permission to get married. If they would have said no, I wouldn't have. Because
really?
Me and Miss Sherwood talked about this. Again, here's your order of God, your wife, your children, your job. But in our situation, the children came before Miss Sherwood. So they have always been placed above her, and until they get off in their own life, that's how the order is in the family. And Miss Sherwood understands that, and we've talked about it. But then at the wedding ceremony, she also got married to each one of them individually. They exchanged rings, and they understood the commitment to themselves. So when we celebrate our anniversary, we celebrate it as 5 of us and go out to dinner together. And this is very important because I can't imagine what it's like to be a step parent. Miss Sherwood calls it a bonus mom, which I like. But that's how our family was. We were blended. 3 from mom's first marriage, 1 from dad. They came together and had the last 2 boys, which I was one of the 2. But we were never allowed to use half, step.
That's intelligent. You mention God a lot. You ever doubt it? When you see...
No.
No?
I doubt I'm going to heaven? You betcha.
When you see, they say about free will, but when you see typhoons, monsoons, Katrina, free will had nothing to do with that. So why don't you doubt?
I don't doubt because it's too brilliant for a human to think of. The one thing that Christ said to all of us, go forth and show you are my disciples by what? The one thing that the rich and poor could do, black and white, if you're old, young, if you're handicapped or not, the one thing they ask is to love. That's brilliant. And that's the most powerful weapon we have. Of all the stuff we try to construct as human beings, that's the most powerful.
But it doesn't mean that there's an omnipotent something looking down on you.
Okay, well, here's my answer to that. Let's say, okay, I'm having trouble believing in God, I'm not sure. Here's the Bible. I want you to go to the Bible, and please forgive me for all the Bible people out there because they're going to kill me for this. Everywhere you see Christ, everywhere you see God, just simply scratch it out and just write love over it. That to me what God is. You're going to define God as somebody in a white robe with a white beard? No. I think that's so we can understand it in our heads. But it's about love.
The greatest.
Pray? Oh yeah. Oh my God. With kids? Because you pretty much learn as a parent, you're not in control. So I think you pray more as a parent.
You thank God for your talent?
I thank God for everything. The thing is, whether you get to go in or not, whether there's good or something after this life, I like that thought. Because if you're not accountable for your actions down here, what keeps me from killing you just to have your shoes? You know what I mean? We can talk all day about what exists or what doesn't exist, but if there's no accountability, that's why if you want to shift this from God and religion to the internet is a blessing. The future is so bright, but not being accountable, being totally anonymous in your actions and your voice, I think that's dangerous.
Our remaining moments with Garth Brooks after this. We're back with Garth Brooks, his box set, Blame It All on My Roots, 5 decades of influences available at Walmart and through Walmart, and you go to their website or you can go in any Walmart store and get it. Great gift for the holiday. He just performed on CBS on Thanksgiving Day, did a live performance, and he'll be at the Wynn in January. And he's got a tour again. Okay. Before we get to some social media questions, you do not have a Twitter account. Trisha has one, right? Why don't you tweet?
I'm not there yet. I
Come
haven't
aboard.
stepped back in there.
It's
I
fun.
haven't stepped back in there. You know what? Everything's about quality.
But you have something to say, and fans like to hear it.
Yeah, if somebody like you asks me, I'll answer them. But
It's
I don't
being
talk
in touch.
like.
I'm not a big. I don't do things like I'm going out to the grocery store.
Right.
Now. I think that's stupid.
Yeah, I don't know if you know this or not, but I don't have these talks with everybody. You're one of the rare ones. I've done 3,000 interviews today. Okay, here's the difference between a singles world and an album world. I've done 3,000 interviews today, and they all ask the exact same questions. You haven't, because you're in an album format and not a 3-minute format. So when you get that, you get deep. And so if you think I talk like this to everybody, you can ask Nancy. Your interviews, I'm going to have to lay down after this one. You get in deep,
Well,
and it's appreciated.
I love doing it.
You can tell.
Okay, we have some internet questions.
Okay.
Social media. Matt McLaughlin on Facebook. How inspirational was the late George Jones on your career?
George Jones is the greatest voice to ever grace country music. This guy was what country music's all about. And male, female, I'm going to say that. For me, my favorite male country artist of all time, talk about record sales. We did this in Vegas, you heard this. Record sales, musicianship, album sales, whatever, is Haggard. I think this guy's a genius. but the greatest voice of all time to grace country music was George Jones.
Jody Williams on Facebook. What song in the new box set was the most fun to cover?
Woo, probably Superstition. And then the band, when they saw the charts, they're going, "We're going to get to play Superstition? Are you kidding me?" And oh, that was fun. And again, nowhere can't he touch Stevie Wonder's thing. But my whole thing is hope Stevie Wonder goes respect. He treated the song the way that it was written.
Teresa Burns Morris on Facebook wants to know, how did you feel about playing in a smaller acoustic setting at the Wynn versus a larger stadium?
It does not matter. Give me 5 people right here around this table. Give me Central Park. It's still the same thing, man. If you can touch those people that are in front of you or around you, and they send it back, then that's what music's doing its job, I think.
Stephen Borov on Facebook. Would you revisit the Chris Gaines concept? Maybe another album.
Yeah, when my ribs heal up from the last one, yeah, I got the kicked out of me for doing that. That was fun to do, though. But you know, that I would love to do it. Those guys work too hard for me, the guys in the pop world, because we were up till 3 or 4 every morning. Country music, we're at home, you know, eating dinner by 6, so it's a lot easier gig.
Country music, they eat dinner at 6. Hope Witt on Facebook. In what ways has becoming a grandfather affected you?
Not any different than a dad, tell you the truth. I hear why people think grandkids are so much better than kids, and I've even heard people say I should have had them first, grandkids, you know. But I got to tell you, I hate them leaving.
I'll tell you a line you'll love. Larry Gilbart, the late Larry Gilbart, great comedy writer. I was walking down the street once with his little granddaughter on his shoulder, and he said to me, "You know why grandchildren and grandparents get along so well? They have a common enemy."
I can't agree with you, but yes, you are.
Monica on Twitter wants to know, favorite of Trisha's dishes?
Yeah, again, pick that one. That'd be like picking your favorite child. But no, she's fantastic. And you know, she's known as an amazing cook. I'm telling you, she can outbake anybody on the planet. I mean, just her
pies,
pies, cakes, you name it. She never gets credit for that, but she can hit it out of the park in that field.
Tracy Finkel on Facebook. What's on your bucket list?
There's nothing left.
What do you got left to do?
Nothing. The day I married Trisha Yearwood, I was done. That's just.
Okay, here's some, if you only knew, just a couple quick things. Favorite lyric you've written?
Ooh, how do you pick that? No idea. Probably Bellawood, maybe, that I got to write with Joe Henry.
You have a favorite song to perform? If you had only do one performance left, one song, what would you sing?
Callin' Baton Rouge, are you kidding me? Oh, that's the fun one.
Any song you're sick of playing?
No, not of mine.
Any song you wish you'd written?
The Dance? Oh, all of them. Well, hell, there's 40 of them in here. You know?
Musician you'd most like to collaborate with, dead or alive?
You said musician, so it can be an artist, right?
Yeah.
My mom.
Characteristic you most value in others?
Love. Just being able to do it. To let all the things that you think showing love makes you lesser, to put all that aside and just show love. Thank you very much. I need a nap.
Brooks. Blame it all on my roots. 5 decades of influences available at Walmart. Our guest, Garth Brooks. You can follow me on Twitter at Kingstings, and I'll let you know his moniker when he tells me it.